Welcome back to Team FastEddy. Today we're going to show you how to install the hostile boots using the Team FastEddy Boot install tool. We had read somewhere on one of the forums in a post that some people were having trouble installing this particular DogBone boot with our tool, and one person had reported that they had ripped one. So we wanted to go over the proper procedure on how to install the hostile boots with the Team FastEddy tool. We'll make it a real quick tutorial here because it is no different than installing any other boot with our tool, except for you definitely need to make sure that everything is properly lubricated. The boots come in a package of 4. And one thing that you definitely will want to keep in mind is that 2 of the boots are longer than the other 2. So when you put your boots onto your DogBone, you're going to want to make sure that one is long and the other one is short. And I believe the longer one goes towards the transmission portion of your Baja, but read the directions just to double check that. First thing that you're going to want to do is have the Team FastEddy DogBone install tool, which is available at any of your finer Baja stores, and of course you're going to want your DogBone. Doesn't matter if it's the stock or the Dark Soul or any of the other standard pin units on the market. You're also going to want some good grease. We have the Team FastEddy DogBone and transmission grease, which is made very specifically for this purpose and is the best grease out there that we have found for the dog bones. The first thing that you're going to want to do is make sure you have one long and one short boot, and you can measure them up and you can see that one is just a little bit longer than the other by a small amount. Make sure that you have one of each. The second thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to turn one of the boots inside out. It's not that difficult. You're going to take some of your Team FastEddy grease and you're going to rub it on the outside of the boot, and then you're going to use your 2 fingers and you're going to turn it inside out. To save a little bit of time for the video, we've already got that done, and that's what it looks like. So you're going to have one boot that is inside out and one boot that is not. The next thing that we're going to do is take a generous amount of the Team FastEddy grease, and we're going to go ahead and put it on the inside of the DogBone boot. You're going to want to make sure that you push it all the way up your finger and make sure that the bellows are all properly greased. And you're also going to want to pull it down a little bit. These are nice quality boots, and they're very thick rubber. You're going to want to make sure that you have some grease coming out of the top. Make sure that that little nipple end there that goes around the shaft of the DogBone is properly greased as well. So you're going to want to make sure that there's plenty of grease in there. You're going to also want to do the same thing for the one that's turned inside out, except for you just don't need to use that much grease. You're just going to want to make sure that there's enough grease in there to allow the DogBone tool to slide in and out. And of course, you're going to want to make sure that the nipple end is properly greased. From there, we're going to go ahead and wipe off our hands here. This grease is sticky. From there, we're going to go ahead and grease our DogBone tool. Doesn't take a whole bunch on here. You're just going to want to make sure that the entire tool is lubed up. From here, you're going to take your DogBone, put it into the tool just like so. So you can see the pins line up. Sets it in there. At that point, you're going to set your DogBone boot on the top of the install tool, and you're going to work it down, and I'm going to stop there so you can see the head is poking out, and then from there, very simply pull down, and the DogBone boot is installed on that side. You're going to do the same for the second side with the one that's inside out. You're going to push it on, pull it down, the boot is on, and then at that point you're going to go ahead and turn the boot back to its proper side. Make sure that it's fully opened up. You have to work it a little bit. Okay, once you have your boots properly turned back in the right direction, you're almost ready to install them. You're going to use some more Team FastEddy grease. And basically what we like to do is just pull down on this. You can go ahead and put a nice little dollop of grease on there. Push the boot back up. Do the same on the other side. And you're ready to install. Again, you are going to want to make sure that you do put the, I believe, the longer boot towards your transmission side as you install the dog bone.